We're still working towards replacing AsyncImage with our own cached AsyncImage view. Previously, we added a get image to our network controller, and then we also extended UI image and to save a JPEG, and then file manager to get the documents directory and load an image. I think let's go ahead and make I keep meaning to do this, a shared instance of network that we can use if we want. And then let's add a new file, and let's name it cached async image of SwiftUI view type. We'll have to make a few changes to this to make it where it is a drop-in replacement for our async image, or rather for Apple's async image. Okay, so to return that content view, we're going to need, I'm going to comment this out for now. We're going to need a number of properties to match async image. Transaction. And then finally our content, where on one of those three phases, we return our content. And let's initialize those. Oh. Just set URL to URL. We'll set that float value. We don't want to scale anything here. You may hear the dog shaking. They like to, sometimes they think I'm talking to them, so they start moving around. But most of the time they're extremely quiet. And we need a view builder, escaping view builder that returns content, and then, oh, we're missing a comma. And then let's initialize those. Okay. So, nope, we're missing a D there, view builder. We're almost done with this view. Just because we've done all the hard work in other places, let's say if let cached, and we'll call our load image function. We're going to pass it the URL and the last component of the URL. So we're going to try to grab the name out of that. It mostly works, I'll say. Some of these I need to look and see exactly what's happening, but you might get like a URL path of say like 0, which isn't great because if there's another image that collides with that name, then it's going to show that image in the wrong spot. I'm not too worried about that right now. So we've got a couple of things going on here. We'll return empty if we can't get it from loading the file or from some existing variable here that we'll name image, and it will be of type optional UI image. Okay, and if that succeeds, let's return success with our cached image. And can't find image in scope. Oh, that's surprising. Okay, it was just for whatever reason, this version of Xcode does that a lot. Let's make sure it animates whenever it makes the change. So we'll animate on whenever that value changes. And if we return empty, let's set a task of network. We'll get an image, and then if that image comes back, let's save it. Let's build, see if we get any compile errors. We don't, that's great. And then let's add our cached here and build. Huh. I actually was expecting an error there, so let's see what happens. I think a moment ago I had made this change off screen. We had to, instead of just checking for nil, we, in order to ensure that that URL isn't nil, and so we don't have to force unwrap or do anything here, we just set it to this property image URL and then pass that in. And you can see in our log file, we're both saving and loading images. And let's look and see. Here's inside of our cache. Looks like we've cached 3 images so far. Let's keep going, see if we get a few more. Behavior seems pretty good. You know, it's what we had before. There are some problems, like namely this one comes up a lot. And then this other issue right now, we're not going to deal with it right now, but if we keep scrolling, you'll see a couple of things going on here. You'll see over time we'll hit the network less and less, but that memory graph isn't looking very good right now. So this will continue to go up and up and up until the app is backgrounded. If it's backgrounded long enough, it should dump part of that. It might not because I'm filming. But typically, like if you background that app, the app that'll go away. So this part isn't great, but I think what we'll do is we'll solve this in our list view where we'll paginate our fetch requests. So until next time.